Hey gamers, what's up? So I promised some answers to questions and had you guys ask questions. I went through them all. I picked some questions I thought were pretty good. I'm going to jump right on it. So we'll start off with Cyboy66 who asked, when it comes to vintage games, stores pricing old games, how exactly are they priced? Are they priced by how rare the game is, or by how great or crappy the game is, or by how vital it is to that game series? Because I still fail to see why games like Super Mario RPG, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, and Silent Hill go upwards of $70 here in Canada at least, while some more great games go for as low as $5. Um, Cyboy, it really doesn't go on how good a game is. A lot of times, it really is a matter of supply and demand. It depends on how many copies of the game are out there and how many people want the game. A game can be rare and still not be as valuable as some others if people don't want it. So it has to fit into the two, categories. It has to be rare and it has to be sought after. There are some exceptions to the rule. You still see your Final Fantasy VII's going for a few extra bucks, even though there's tons of them out there. But for the most part, it really just depends on how many were printed. So if not a lot were made and everyone wants it, it's definitely going to go for more. And if not a lot were made and no one wants it, it might go for a few extra bucks, but it's still not going to be as valuable as something that's more sought after. So something to keep in mind. Um, Balanik 1982 asks, as a businessman, do you think it's right to try to sway someone's decision or convince someone not to buy a certain game or product only based on your own opinion? This happened to me at GameStop where a guy tried selling me a game I was buying was garbage, but when I played it, I actually enjoyed it. How do you feel about this? Um, I'm always willing to offer my opinion on a game, but I always tell people that, you know, what I like and what they like may be two totally different things. I don't think it's right for an employee to tell a customer, hey, that game sucks, you don't want to play that, because who knows, that person may really like that game. So that, I don't know, it's hard sometimes because people ask my opinion and I like to give it honestly, but I never tell someone they shouldn't buy a game or they should buy a game. I say, you should really, based on what you like, determine whether you want to get that game or not. That's how I try to do it. All Skate Shoe Reviews asked, do you remember what the first game or movie, etc., you sold was? I remember the first movie I ever sold was a VHS tape. It was one of those Wu-Tang collections. It was a kung fu flick. And the first game I sold, I don't remember what title it was, but it was a PS1 game because that's all I had when I opened up was 14 PlayStation 1 games. So, yeah, that's that. Um, JNRODZ. When did you decide to start your own business selling games? Why did you do it? How did you initially feel when you started off? And how do you feel now that you've been in the business for some time now? Um, I decided to do it, I guess, in 1999. Why I did it was I was really definitely sick of trading games at places that didn't give me a good deal, and the idea came about. Some friends and I were playing a game at my friend Bill's house. I'll never forget. And we were just talking about it was Heart of Darkness on the PlayStation. We were just talking about the game and everything, and I was telling him how it was inspired by games like Oddworld, which was inspired by games like Flashback, my favorite game of all time. And one thing led to another, and someone said, "Hey, you should open up a video game store," and it built from there. But how do I feel? I felt then I was very intimidated. I mean, I never expected it to actually grow into a full-fledged, fully operational, independent business. But it was intimidating even at the flea market when I started off with my 14 games and my VHS tapes, and there were other people there. There was a trading zone there, and I mean, I never expected it to go anywhere. And now that it has, and now that I'm doing this, it's still, I mean, you're always the small guy. I'm not going to have 6,300 stores worldwide and be a major, competitor with GameStop or anything. So yeah, it can be a little intimidating at times, but then again, at other times it's really cool and it's really fun. I like it a lot, It's frustrating, it's hard, it's a lot of work, but you know, what are you going to do? It's what I love, and it's what I want to continue doing for a while now. So, you know, where it goes from here, I don't even know. So that's how I feel. um, I'm not even going to try to say your name, dude. You'll know it when you hear your question. You guys need to pick better names, or easier names, I should say. What was the first thing Nintendo ever created? I already know. I just think other viewers might be interested. In 1889, I think it's pronounced Hanafuda cards. It means flower cards. And basically, they were playing cards. Just like a deck of cards here, you could use them to play all kinds of different games. And that's how Nintendo started out. Video Game Lab asks, what was the first game you ever played and on what system? Adventure on the Atari 2600. Still one of my all-time favorites. And General So's Ariance, have you, either through your store, personal collection, or anywhere else, ever seen with your own eyes and or hands a real copy of 1990 Nintendo World Championship, either gray or gold? No, I've never actually in person seen a copy of the World Championship cartridge, although there was a long time where I said I would trade my entire collection for a gold cart. I'd still probably consider it. I would love to have that. To me, that's the holy grail right there. And those are the questions I picked, and those are my answers. So I wanted to keep it short, and as a response to this video, ask another question of your own, and I'll go through the questions down the road and pick some I like, and I'll answer them. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching.